Good morning. Hello, London traders. We are back. Good morning. Hello, London. Let me put the sound off. The other one. Yes. Here we go. All sorted. How is it going? Did anyone trade yesterday's morning session? That was just I mean, I already said it in London that I really found the price action actually quite nice and very clean. And it was a continuation of that during the 9:30 open. And I managed to have a really good trade on that. And I just stopped. I came from the beach. I saw it. I was still sweaty. My hair was full of sand. I did my pre-market prep. And I thought, oh shit, the trade is already there. And normally I don't trade before 10, right? But lately, as you can notice, that the few trades that I've actually made a recap of was always before 10, which is not regularly my style, but it was very clean. The daily showed me when we went back to the exactly at 9:30. We were at the end of this wick. We went back to the daily open. We finalized the daily wick, and we just blasted through so many levels that it just screamed continuation. So I was not afraid to get into the long just on in the top of the opening range gap, which was also still part of the end walk. So everything was lining up really beautifully yesterday morning. It was a beautiful, it was a beautiful trade. I could have done better. Instead of 98 points, I could have had two contracts with 170 points, I believe. But I was like, oh, there's news at 10, and I thought, the 10 a.m. new 4-hour candle, we might get a little bit of retracement. But in hindsight, it was pretty clear that we would not go very low, so I had to really journal that. But it did go during the 9:50 macro to my TP2, but I just didn't want to stay in, so I took my 4 contracts off at the same price, which is still good enough. And it even went a little bit higher than my TP2, but it was a great. And ICT actually went over his a very good trade as well later on that you could have made. So it was actually not a bad day for NFP week. Mondays can be really good on NFP week. But anyway, that was that. Next day, hey Abdul, how are you? Hey Adrian. Hey Mether, how are you doing? Adrian, I traded New York by myself yesterday. I came from the beach. I was tired. I was sweaty. I had sand in my hair. Sometimes I do London and New York, but I'm sort of like maybe trying to maybe just do London. London is my sure thing. And New York, I have to find. It's getting a little bit too much maybe for me to stream both. But I have to find a little bit of balance. What is it's a lot of time I put in, and does it really So I'm still figuring it out. Let me put it that way. What to do with London, either or New York. Either I'm just going to do my recaps, my trades, or stream. But I don't want to give up on London now, because London is my favorite. Well, my oh hello. I've got a cat crawling under the bed. I'm like, what the f is going on? But I didn't know you were here. But anyway, so yesterday I found some vids with pre-market members only. You haven't. Yeah, Meta. I haven't really given it any advertisement yet, because I just. But yes, I do. Because the pre-market is sort of like my own thing. And I go over levels from New York or London, and morphing into New York. Because sometimes I'm not sure what I want to do with New York yet, because it's a little bit too much streaming. Because I like to stream long time, so I'm thinking of maybe doing London a little bit longer and leaving New York. But I'm still figuring it out, guys. But anyway, how did you guys do in the AM session? did you guys notice that at 9:30, 9:30, we blasted through the daily open, exactly 9:30. And if you look at the 4 hour, it really it screamed continuation, right? I mean, it was just the 9:30 open with the finalizing this large wick, and we had the new wick opening gap was still in the opening range gap. It blasted through the 4 hour wicks, which also told me, okay, we're still bullish. Let me show you guys. There was a 4 hour wick here, this wick, and the 50%, we just blasted through it. So I just thought, okay, this 950 to 210 macro I can still use for continuation. Now, obviously, just before 10, we did have a little bit of a pullback, but I got a little bit worried because of the new. I was like, oh shit, news, and oh, what if the 4 hour candle new 10 o'clock does go lower? In hindsight, it would not. It was clear it would not do that, but I had to journal that that it was just a minor retracement, but it was just beautiful. Just see, it started here, right, with this candle, and we had a change in the state of delivery, obviously. And then, yeah, this candle really just when it went 0.5 here, and ICT taught us as well, when you have a blast through with a wick and forming a gap or a imbalance, it screams continuation. So there were a lot of algorithmic signatures. So yeah, so I was very confident taking 4 contracts on that trade. I tend not to do that a lot, but this was but I did not get them. I didn't get my TP2, but I took them off at TP1 or 4. But that was just a learning moment for me. But we're getting there. So I still had some. I still had 4 times 98 points. So yeah, was very happy with that trade. Just curious if anyone else traded the session. I mean, we got a lot of information in London already, right? But and also it went up to 702. So let's see. So that's why I'm also very careful now what price is going to do on NQ. What time did we reach at? Yeah. So we managed to go to 702, and which is also a quadrant of the monthly and the weekly level. Here, the yellow line is 0.5. Let me show you guys. Oh, let me show you. The monthly wick here, which I already noted yesterday. Here we go. Oh, this here. So that's why I was very bullish after. I mean, I wasn't bullish during. I was okay. London, we have to watch it. But after, when I got back from the beach, I was like, oh my god, we're really bullish now. You see here we're on the 0.5 of the monthly wick, which is also the same as the weekly wick. But we blasted through. Let me see. We did not blast through this level here before. My TP was below this level. I remember that. I did that on purpose. But my TPs were between these 2 levels on the daily. Yes, so 0.5. That was, I think I had 1 TP very close to that, and my second TP was just around this level here. But then we still blasted on. So and now we are. I want to show you as well. On the weekly, it's almost the same. The weekly and the monthly candle this week is similar. But I would have taken the monthly because it's a larger time frame, right? So watching now, because we're at 0.5, what are we going to do? Hey, M2. Here we go. So, Metro, I haven't really given it a lot of advertisement yet, but I might make it more and do more with it. So focus more on really going more deep into details, going more into price action instead of just it's just more going very how can I say that yeah, really it's literally like how I do my pre-market by myself. And that's what I've opened up literally, yeah. So that used to be my private moment, but there's no the moment when I make the video, I just go over it without a lot of communication because I just want to have that moment. And then afterwards, I have a pre-market prep Discord where I share some insights as well later on, and where we can chat. Am I doing it would you like to know what you're doing there? Yeah, so it's just it's like I said, it's just my own pre-market prep, that how I used to go over my levels, combining London, morphing into New York, going over specific levels, very, very, very specifically, mark them. I try to make 3 scenarios. What if we go down? What if we go up? What if we go sideways? And really prepare myself with levels. So if price action presents itself, I'm already prepared. That's what I would do in my own pre-market prep. So my thought was to open that up, but I don't want to be distracted, if you understand what I'm saying. So it was more like, okay, I make the video. It's a short one, just going over the levels. There is a chat, obviously, but it's not like I do here chat a lot. I just want to do my pre-market prep, and then either I go back do my stream. But I'm not sure. It's a little bit too much to do 2 streams like I do now. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I'll keep doing my pre-market prep because I do that anyway. But I just noticed I got a little bit tired at some point doing London, and then because I like to stream a long time. I can stream a long time. I like doing it. It's not that I don't like it, but it's sort of like I have to balance my time a little bit. Yeah, and like yesterday's trade as well. I mean, I needed my focus as well a little bit. So I just came back from the beach. I just felt so dirty. I just couldn't stream. I was like, oh my god, I cannot go online now. So I look horrible in the video in my recap. But I was like, okay, I just have to record this trade. But anyway, yeah. But I'm still thinking of giving it some structure, or what I really want to, how I want to continue next month with it. But I will keep on doing it. Okay, guys. So now I am very careful here because we are on the monthly at the 0.5. We are at the 702 of the daily range, right? Let me just see if it's still applicable, the range. Hold on, because obviously we extended it. Yeah, okay, now I'm using this range. Yeah, we're using this full range here, and we are at 702, and 702 happens to be 50% of the monthly. So I am not looking for a long right now. I would rather wait and see what price is doing, maybe even be more interested in a short at the moment. Hey, but we could still blast off, right? We could still continue, because look here. Just watching now. So daily clear, right? We're at 702, 50%. So we watch. We're careful. Did anyone trade overnight up to 702? Okay, here we go. Let's go to the 4-hour. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? We also still had an opening range gap here, which was unfilled, which needed some work to be done. I can't remember where it was. I think it was up to here somewhere. Let me. Oh, it was here. It was just below. Yeah, up to here. I believe it was this one here. We still have a small little gap left here. You see that on the 4-hour? Let me mark that. The full gap was here. We already went through it, then we went down. So are we going to fill the remaining of the gap here? It's right over here. Mm. Go. It's just the remaining of the 2 weeks. Small gap. Hey, Lucy, how are you doing? To I'm more interested to see what we're going to do with the new two. Okay, we see a very small. We just started with the. Where's my 2 o'clock? I need my two. Here's my 2 o'clock. Okay, here's two. Open here. Okay, now what are we going to do with this 2 o'clock? Is 2 o'clock going to be an expansion, or are we going to form a reversal candle, or are we going to consolidate? We can choose. We can choose. But for me, it's going to be a wait, because if it's going to, let me look at the 9. Hey, Bluesy, you want to share your analysis for the London session? Oh, look at that. We've got some equals. We've got a nice little gap here. Where are you? Okay, this is all above this little block here, which is important because this could keep us foot to the upward movement. So I like this little one here. I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna go to the 3-minute. See where I have in 3-minute. See, I just love the 9-minute. It just gives me so much information always. I love the 9-minute. I don't know, not many people use it, but I just tried it. You know, sometimes you just try and then it just feels right or something. If that makes sense. Um, and you just use it, and you just okay, I'll go to the 3-minute, see what's there. See, there's nothing. Okay, in the 3-minute we have this one here. It's a little bit larger, but let's see. I'm gonna keep this one. I like this. What do we have on the 1-minute and the 5-minute? Hmm. Oh, look at that. We're just bouncing out of it. Wow. Oh, Abdul, that's not really a secret. It's not really a secret. It's just if you like using the 3, sometimes when it's like a lot of consolidation, I tend to go higher. But the 5, I just, for some reason, I'm not too crazy about. There's nothing wrong with the 5, but for me, I just prefer the 3 and the 9-minute. So there's not really a secret to it. It's just what I tend to, in some scenarios, I notice that if I use, for example, the 3-minute little gaps and the volume imbalances, it just really is accurate for me. So I thought, okay, but then I want a little bit more information sometimes without going to like the higher time frame. So then I just started using the 9 just to get a little bit more information, and I said, wow, that's really, I really fell in love with the 9. So There's not really a secret to it. It's just, but if you'd like to use the 5 minute, it makes sense to also use the 10 minutes. And obviously the 15 minute is still also very nice. If you use the 3 minutes, it's just 5 times 3. Now the 9 minute is a little bit different, obviously, but so what I do notice then is that the 15 has this gap a little bit lower, right? You see that? So I just keep it in mind. Okay, the gap might be lower, so I just watch it now. What happens if we do uh, go through this one, and this will be the one that is being used? So I just journal that. Because I think the 3 minute will be around. If I go now through the 3 minute, I think the 3 minute matches this one. Let me go to the 3 minute again. See, there was one lower here. See here? That was at 969, the bottom. And most likely this one is, you see? This one matches now with a 3 minute, a little bit lower. So most likely this one is just a little bit too high now, I think. But we'll see. See? But I like it because we've got two equal, we've got these here. So I would rather, if I would trade it, I would rather have my TP a little bit too high than too low in this scenario, if that makes sense. So I noticed that the other ones were lower, but because of these equal lows, I would have my stop here instead of at the other imbalance. So so are we going to consolidate and go lower? I'm inclined to think we might go for a little. Uh, Just watching now because we're hovering around that zero point 0.5 of the monthly candle. So I'm just waiting. I don't dribble in the middle. I try not to. But yeah, yesterday was a little bit different, right? When we had this quick pass through. Is it this one here? Okay, well, let's have a look at gold, I guess. Let's have a look at gold. Let's have a look at gold. Let's have a look at gold. Who's been trading gold? I haven't been looking at gold for a long time, to be honest. I really have to start doing that a little bit more. Okay, let's have a look at gold. I mean, that was a nice move again, right? Monday, sure. Oh, that looks like a nice market maker. We're on the buy side of the curve. Opening range gap. We've got another one here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I need to get rid of you. I know they're equal, but I still use the levels here. Don't care. On the daily, they're not equal. Right down. 0.5 is near a N-walk, or is in an N-walk, not near. Should use my words better. 4 hour 702 matches with a 0.5 over wick. So, I think that's an interesting play here up to the N-walk. Once we get over, there's an event horizon here in the middle somewhere. So there we go. Here, right over here. Once we get out, we get a body closure over here. I would trade it up to that midpoint, and then maybe even leave a runner up to here. We might get the same scenario like we got on NQ yesterday. Full port short 26K. Are you? Oh, Blue Sea is short. Are you short? Yeah, Hey, listen, Blue Sea. I'm looking at a long at GC. That's nice. You are going short all the way to 26K. Yeah, 26K. I can see that one. Are you in already? Hey, Will DC Trader. I need my coffee. I'm just gonna wait Blue Sea for some reason. I don't know why. We just formed this new 4-hour candle. I would rather see a little bit. Let me see. I wanna go. Oh, I've got this one here. I just need a little bit. I wanna see a little bit more. I wonder if we are going to, if we have enough to blast through this already now. Or we need to go one leg higher. Maybe just go into this remaining part. Well, I think we have a change in the state, right? Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Pa-pa-pum. What time is it? 2:21. Um, I just, because we're at that 0.5 level of that weekly and that monthly wick, I wonder if we're just not going to manipulate a little bit here before making the real move. We just tapped into it here, just at exactly 1 o'clock. Yeah, we are below this first presented though of London. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a little bit I would rather be a little bit too careful than be wrong. I'm just, I hate missing large moves. But look, we've got a premium wick as well here. Oh, let's grade this one. It's so tempting, right? It's such a nice level, but because it's a 0.5 of that monthly, I'm just a little bit careful. That's the only reason. Not the only reason, but I really got a little bit like not trigger like since last week. I'm like, oh, I don't want to say traumatized me, but um, traumatizing is a little bit too much to say. But like, oh my God, what's happening? I can't read the price action normal as well as I do normally. I'm just gonna wait for more confirmation, and I think I still have that little bit. Okay. No, I want it the other way. Here we go. This is the way I want it. Let's see if this wick is going to give us some insight. Now, obviously, we had those two. Remember these two gaps on the one on the 5, 15, 3, and 9. The 15 and 3 is a little bit 969 is the low, which matches with the 1/3 level of this wick here. So just gonna watch it if we're gonna get a reaction here. For me, this trade is too small to engage. Just want to see if we are. Now we do have some lower gaps here as well. I like gold. I'm very interested in gold actually. Um, I would like to have a long up to here, 4963. Go to the 1 hour quickly. 15 minutes. Do we have any SMT on gold? That's correct. No, nothing, nada. Can I like this level, and then if it goes up from here, we up to here, 501. We balanced here. I think I missed it already. 226. 226, 226, 226. What have we done in the macro? 140, 128. I like this fair value gap here. You are beautiful. Look at you. You are so pretty. Such a pretty one. You are a pretty fair value inversion. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. It's a pretty one here. It's gonna go up to here. 4962. If that shorts work out, drinks on me tonight. Okay, gotcha. Okay, Blue Sea. Drinks on Blue Sea. I'm looking at gold now. I'm very interested in this long, but I want to find a good entry. But let me have a look at you. Yeah, for me, I want to see how it reacts at that 9 minute or that 15 minute at this level. Blue Sea, I don't like the short when we still have a wick here next to it, which haven't when doesn't have done the work yet in that wick, if that makes sense. Um, I don't trust it as a long yet, as a short. Hey, hello, company man call. How are you doing? I am well. We haven't had any mental breakdowns in the chat yet. So I think everyone is still doing well. I think we're all doing well. Um, we're watching drinks on Blue Sea if we get a short all the way to 26K. Um, I am still a little bit hesitant to enter a short yet on NQ, but I could just miss it. That's okay. I'm just wondering if we might get into this little. There's still a little gap here if we manipulate, because you see we only have wicks here on the 4 hour. I'm wondering if we are going to get some bodies up here, because the wicks means that we still have some imbalances here that need to be rebalanced, and I just wonder if we are just not ready to go down yet, and we need to do some work here. Also on the 1 hour, it's just wicks. Oh, my kitty kitties. Right, you need to go. Pom pom pom. And also, I just don't like it because we're at the 0.5 level of that monthly. Yeah, I know you do. Hey, listen, Lucy, I'm with you there, but when you have the your turtle souping, so it's always high. That's when we get the most. Those are the most exciting trades because when they work out, they work out. But I think there's too many ifs and buts for me at the moment because of the 0.5 level. Um, all these wicks also here. We hear a lot of wicks. Um, so I'm just wondering if we might have some consolidation here, because also look here. If I look on the 1 hour here, um, here we are exactly around that 0.5 level, right? And we see this price action on the 1 hour. I call it 1 hour babies. Well, I mean, you most likely will get in a position of making a lot of 1 hour babies. So I guess that's also dangerously living. So yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to get the same scenario here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 babies, 8 1 hour babies. That's a lot. So yeah. So I come back when they are grown up. uh, Gold. Okay, I'm gonna paper trade gold, guys. I like it. I like this level here. I like this level. I'm gonna do something which is, shit, I just missed it. Okay, what I wanted to do was this. I want to get in, use my stop at the end wall, just below here, but I just missed the entry. Um, Let me go a little bit lower on the end walk is the midpoint. I'm still gonna do it though, and I wouldn't do that on my own account. Hold on. Oh shit, just paper trading. Because I just want to journal if my analysis is correct. And so TP is going to be, I'm going to here 4960, and then my stop loss will be, I will use the N walk, which is also the midpoint of that wick. So it's a 1-2. I don't trade 1-2-1s normally, but I would have gotten in earlier. But it's just for me to journal if my analysis and time, it's all about time, is right. And I just want to get to this level. Yeah, that's fine. That's the midpoint of that wick. We worked our way through this N walk and we're on our way up, but it could reject back, but I don't want it to go back into the N walk. Now it could definitely go back because we got a breaker here, right? Let's see. breaker. Now the most safe trade will be breaker retest, but we're not. I like to live dangerous as well sometimes. It's a paper trade, so I'm not too worried. So are we going to get a breaker retest after hitting this event horizon? Let's see. Breaker, 15-minute breaker. You see, guys, I love 15-minute breakers. Remember that we used that yesterday in London, the 15-minute breaker. When did we get the retest, by the way? Did we actually? Let's go back quickly. Remember yesterday in London. That was this one here. At 4 was the proper retest. Remember, we had a trade here at 2-ish, going out of it, but at 4 was the proper retest here. That was this one. Right, continuation. But we have another one here now, which we should mark. Breaker. Is that a breaker? Yes, it is. Low, high, lower, low, and we passed through it. This was a breakthrough. Okay. This level will come in handy. That will be the level for and for blue seas. One of us. One of us. Time. I'm actually blue sea. I'm actually more inclined for how price is going. See, it doesn't go over at 50% and 702. The bodies are not going over yet. But it's sort of like pondering. What if we are going here? Bodies are below. I don't know what wick. I think this was an old wick I did, but let me just also. We've got a nice long one here. Here. I'm gonna go into this one. Let me just see if we have any confluences here. Oh, look at that. What a coincidence that is again. Hey DBT, how are you doing? Long time. I think I saw you yesterday. I'm not really sure, but I haven't seen you for a couple of days, I think. Okay, gold. Go up to here. Now I don't like, with all these wickless candles. I'm just wondering, okay, what time will it gives us a pullback? But let's see if we can make it up to here before the 350 or the 250 macro. Will it reach this level? In 250 to 310 macro. Let's see. Now I can bring it up here. Now I always struggle with moving my stop loss too fast. But if I do, then I just journal it. It's a bad entry anyway. I should have entered here. I mean, my entry should have been already here. I noticed that a lot of times after 2 o'clock, around 2:15, 2:17 is a lot of the time a good entry. I don't know if you guys noticed that as well. yesterday I also noticed, because normally we'd look at the macros and 20 to 40 or 20 and 30, but I noticed lately in my journaling that when I say, oh, my best entry would have been, it was about between 215 and 218-ish. Like not specifically 2 after, but 17 after the hour, 18 after the hour, something like that. Just notice that. I'm going to have to study that a little bit more. And keep going up. Anyone trading gold anyway? I'm just in a paper trade, guys, on gold. Just want to see if this level, I'm just sort of like thinking this will be done in the 250 to 310 macro, perhaps. Let me, similar logic as what I did with yesterday's. We're on the buy side of the curve. We're clearly in expansion. Now the only question is, like, I don't want to, like yesterday my TP2 wasn't hit because that was just after 10, and I was just a little bit worried when we formed the new candle. But I think this should be fine. Okay. There we go. 242. So I'm just taking up to the event horizon, then I'll reassess. Yeah, most likely that will happen 350 to 410. So I need to wait another 10 minutes. So let's see if it doesn't stop me out in the meantime. So what I'm looking now specifically is like, for example, I got in before the macro. Like what I would journal now, like was it worth it to enter before the macro time, or are we going to go all the way down? Either I might be stopped out, which is obviously then really not a good entry, or will the price go below my entry so that it would not have been worth it to front run the macro, so to speak. So that's what I'm looking at with this paper trade. And if I'm not getting out earlier, if it stops me out, I'm leaving my stop as it is, because that's where it is a dangerous position there, because I see that we're at the equal highs here, which is obviously, this is always a point that price could revert back to, but I don't think it's going to do it now. I hope so not, because that would be, but hey, could be wrong. This is how you learn. 242. Very bad stop loss, actually. So the question is, are we going to get a break or retest? So that will be, I will be stopped out in that situation and then go up here? Or are we going to tap into the event horizon, then maybe go back? Or are we just going to blast through everything? And so let's see. I'm going to do some higher time frame because I haven't done that as well as on NQ. Monthly. I sometimes don't know what I'm. Just the full range. Okay, gotcha. Full range here. Weekly. Okay, this is the weekly. To do this. That's the other one. Oh, that's this full week. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so the monthly is longer than the weekly. So I'll choose the monthly for now. You see how amazing it is when you match those wicks and then with the OTE levels they match, right? So I like this. There was the same thing on you see on NQ. You see with the NQ as well, where you had the 0.5 of one wick, which of the monthly, which matched exactly the 702, and that's where we at. Let me check NQ because that's what the level we're at as well. So I like that. Oh, we're already over it. There we go. We're out of this level. Yeah, you can see we are bouncing off all these levels here. Beautiful. Oh, NQ is so beautiful now again. I love NQ. I just love the volatility of NQ. That's it. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, 245. 245. See what happens. Yeah, MJ, unfret not broken yet, probably 26,040. Yeah, I was not. I had no. I was totally neutral because we were at the 702 and 0.5 line of the monthly, and I just wanted to see what price is doing. But I didn't feel bearish to me yet. But neutral bias. But I guess I'm more. I do think this might be. This is the remaining 4 hour. There is a little gap that's still unfilled here, and a lot of wicks. So I marked that one. And the 0.5 of this large wick is also around the midpoint here. So I would even give it a little bit higher. If we do go higher, I would even think we might even go up to here. Let me have a look at something else. 26. Um, I just love how NQ has been moving since yesterday. It's so clean again. It's just it's such a um, nice thing to feel the movement again, being a little bit more. Hey, Moshe, how are you doing? Just feels like old times a little bit. I mean, we're getting back to normal, if that makes sense. Yesterday felt like I said it in London already. Oh, it feels like we are having nice movement, and then during open, I felt like confident with the trades and reading it correctly, and I haven't had that like last week. I just felt off all the time. This was like, oh my god. I know it's a time of year, but it's frustrating at some point. I can see price going all the way up to 26.95 ish, 26.95. 26.95. 26.95. I like that on NQ. 26.95. Ooh, should I also? How's my GC doing? My paper trade? Oh, we're still doing well. I'm not making any money. Hey, Bowser. Wait, hey, Bowser. We live dangerously here. What news do we have? Is there any news in London? Is there any news? We don't have any London news, do we? We just watch price action. We play price action. Hey, everything is tentative now, all the news, because it says U.S. government data may be impacted by the shutdown. Tentative events are subject to delay, revision, or cancellation. So today's JOLTS, which would have been, oh, the time is not on anymore. Everything is tentative now, which we would have had in USD and the US. I mean, so unfortunate again. But I still think the 830 candle would be nice to watch. Yeah, yeah, it's very bullish. Like I said, 95. I think we're gonna go to 95. Well, this is I would take it up to 70 then. Where's 95? Up to here. Here, but I would not go higher than this level here. 70, 26.70. Oh, you bought the low. That's awesome. 225 here. Oh, I don't like this. I think I might be stopped out on gold. It might not reach that level, but let's see. Made it equal literally here, which is a reject. I think this is the rejection block now for now, but let's see if it's okay, I'll watch this one. Yep. Actually, it should have been also, I should have bought it at this level here. It tapped into the 0.25, didn't go lower. We did not hit that level. We just created actually a triple low here. And then we moved back up to, back above midnight. Breaker, retest 243, 251. I think we'll get another entry on this trade to the upside because it's such a large wick. It might reject from here. Maybe we'll get some down movement. Let's see. Yeah, you bought the 2 a.m. continuation. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, See, this is a rejection block now here. Let's see if we reject. This is similar to yesterday, exactly what happened with me in that 10 o'clock. It just went back into this fair value gap, and that was the retracement, and then it went back up. And I got out here instead of waiting my TP2. I got out because I got a little bit nervous because there was 10 o'clock news. But it just went back into this exactly the same scenario, into this the first presented fair value. Not, it wasn't the first, but it was the first from the top to the downside. So I wonder if we're going to just go back here and then make them make. So yesterday it was 10:55ish, and then it started to go back up again, or just closer to 10. Let's see. Almost the same situation. I'm starting to get to know you, NQ, better. It's creating equal lows now. Normally when you see that happen, they don't take it out literally a few minutes after, so I hope they leave this for later on. That's a good thing for continuation to the upside. Okay. Isn't it nice again? I mean, price action is nice. I like it, even though I'm not in a live trade or whatever. Um, okay, let's see. Are you okay? Bowser said we just swept Friday's Asia's high. Friday. Where's Friday? Friday. Isn't she beautiful? $258. Hey, go away. Oh, London is going to open in a few minutes. I see what's going on. I see, I see, I see. 259. Mm, mm, mm. Hey, Brucey, drinks from you now. What is gold? Is gold also taking me out? Yeah, see, let's see. Well, I still, let's see. And Q and Q and Q. Well, this might be a nice entry. I still, yeah, I'm just very hesitant because of the area, like the 0.5, but I'm still, I still think it could go to 26.90. I'm going to do paper trade here as well. A little bit too late again. Come on, I need to be faster. 26.90. I said 26.90. Yes, I said that. It's paper trading. I'm going to do 18.26. I'm going to do 71. Um, Stop loss should be below. Yeah. 2R. Okay, that's okay for me. Now, let's see. Oh, shit. No. Oh, I thought you said 25, 26K. Yeah, so this is a rejection here for now, but are we going to do a breaker retest? Looks like it. Looks like gold's going to be as short as I think I'm going to be stopped out on gold, but we'll see. Okay. Now I want a full blast through 3 o'clock. Come on. Yeah, I do. 303, 303. Real Maximus, hello, hello. Okay, I like it. I like it because now we can 4, 17. Okay. How's my gold doing? I think my gold is going to be stopped out. Yeah, okay. I'm in drawdown in gold now. So we did not hit the event horizon. We rejected in this rejection block. Thing is, if it doesn't go too low, if it doesn't stop me out and we blast through it, we might blast through it all the way up to here then. Let me see. I need to check something on gold. Pum, 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 pum. Okay, I see what you do. 511. Monthly midpoint 4974. Okay, I'll be stopped out on gold. That looks like a nice retest. So also hand over the princess browser. Now I think browser might be right because we have a retest of 3 o'clock right here. So it doesn't look good for my trade. Let's see. I'm just paper trading, guys. I love paper trading and being wrong because those are my averages that I have my wrong trades. I don't like it when I'm in a long and I have a retest of a time like this, like 3 o'clock. That is not really bullish. It can sometimes it does. It's sort of like when it's really manipulative, but normally it signifies a move to the downside. So especially in a fair value gap and like this. So and it's also the time. Um, Hey, Meta, I never saw you. I can't remember. You usually go. I do trade sometimes, but lately, last few weeks, London, no, not at all. Last week for sure not. Was just tape reading. But yeah, I do trade London. But I tend to, if I'm just not sure, I would rather wait, and then I have like yesterday I had like almost 400 points on NQ during the opening trade. because with information I just got through London. So I tend to, since I've noticed that if I wait, if I'm not sure, and then my good trades are really in New York when it opens, I've got more patient, and I would rather wait and then have a better trade during New York. So yeah, I think that happens more often now, but it's not, I don't do it, but I do trade. My first two trades are, I try to do paper trades, just make it a habit to see what I'm doing. And, I know I still have New York. So it's not, I don't do it on purpose, but it's just because the markets have been really, really, last week, I mean, I was struggling last week to read the market, in all honesty. I was really like, okay, I don't really, I felt off, and I had a lot of issues as well last week again. It was just, I can't remember what it was. It was just, but yeah, last week for sure it was just paper trading. Or I don't think, I think even last week I didn't even put on a few paper trades. I think it was that bad. At least I'm paper trading now. Bowser and max drop levels, pay attention. And max drop levels, pay attention. Yeah, so I think Bowser is seeing the reverse. You are long. Are you in? DBT is. I don't see a reversal candle yet, to be honest, on the 1 hour, but I could be wrong. But it's a little bit. You know, this area is always tricky, right? When you're at a midpoint. I just don't see a reversal. I just think we've been working. I'm more well. I'm more obviously in a bullish trade, but my logic is those wicks, and that we are not. The bodies are just the wicks are respecting these levels and not and bouncing off them. So that's why I'm still in the trade. But I don't like this. Like I said, this retest. We're above it now, but we're in a bearish fair value gap. So the question is, are we going to disrespect it and go up? I'm still long, but I don't know. I'm hoping we go high, but we need to get above Friday's highest. Yes. But I'm looking at this, how we've been behaving in these quarters, right? You see the bodies, we are just respecting the higher. Then here we don't go. Again, the wick doesn't go below the zero. We worked our way here into this wick. We went back, and I think now we can consider this liquidity now, 26.50. I think that's the next draw on liquidity. If I'm reading price correctly, I could be wrong, but I think we've done. I think we've done the work here. I think we might be ready to go up. Gold. Oh, go. So in this scenario, it didn't went in this one. It went into this one. Let's see if my TP is hit. My TP is event horizon. Again, it went deeper. I thought yesterday that trade that I took on my live trade on in NQ with my 4 NQ contracts. It took my first TP, and then my second TP. It went down into this level here, and it went back up, but it didn't go here. So, but this time we did go deeper. Let's see if we can hit this level now. What time is it? 3:13. So it's also not in Mac. It's a little bit off. Let's see. Here we go. Longs are winning. Longs are winning. Now, this is weird. I always get confused when I see this. This was very bearish to me. Retest over time in a bearish fair value gap. A lot of the time that signifies a bearish move. I've got to find out what I'm missing here. 2650. Now, in all honesty, it's easier for me to when my money's on the line, I get more nervous and I don't feel that comfortable staying in long. Or when I see this, in all honesty, I won't feel that comfortable when I have a trade on like that with, like, say, two NQ contracts. Full transparency. Yesterday I was fully confident in the trades that were going on. I already had like 98 points, and I was aiming for TP2, which was 170 points. So when it got back, I still had my 98 points when I got out. So it was 4 times 98 points. So that was a good trade. But if I would be in here and I would have my live trade on, and I see my gold going back all the way here, and I'll be in drawdown, I wouldn't be this comfortable. Yeah, that David, that was an awesome trade, and it was so algorithmically so clear. We blasted through daily open. It was so beautiful. It was just such a beautiful trade, guys. I mean, it wasn't a beautiful trade. It was just a beautiful price action. I want to say that. Again, I want to point it out why I was so confident in that trade. Oh shit, hold on. It was using the higher time frame during London. This is the daily, right, on London. This is the daily candle. We were forming the wick during London and pre-market, and exactly at 9:30 exactly, we opened and we blasted through really fast through the 9:30 open right over here. Then we had the end walk and the opening range gap, and we went through it, and we hovered a little bit. We had price action the last few just before we left the opening range gap. We just hovered in the upper part just a few minutes, and then we blasted off, and we went through the 0.5 here and a couple of other levels of this wick. We just blasted through, and that signified more continuation for at least for the 950 to 210 macro, or at least until 10 o'clock. Let me put it that way. That was my certainty, and then I was a little bit, but it was okay. But this was just, it was so algorithmically 9:30 exactly through the daily open. I don't know if anyone noticed that, by the way. Did anyone notice that happened? Okay, let me see. Oh, my level has been hit. Okay, what time? I need to journal that. Okay, here we go. What time is it? 3:17. Hit inventory. Oh shit. 3:17. What happened here? What time did we start here? 3:06. Start the run. I think we're going to blast through now. I think it's going to go now up to here because it's outside macro already. So now it's going to go here. 3:06. And this is. Actually, it was 3:16. Let's see that. Oh, that's right. Makes more sense. 3:16. Q. 3:10. Okay, I'll do that later on. Yeah. Now I want the same for NQ. Okay, now we want expansion to the upside. Come on. Oh, so where was those equal highs? Oh, so it did take out those equals here. Those were made at 253, 33, 306, and then we had the expansion came after. Okay, see now once we go over here, I think we can go up here all the way 518. But let's see. Not in a trade anymore here. Okay, let's focus on NQ now. You know what I think with NQ? NQ could reverse any time. I don't know. You know, like I said, I would like to see, but this area it could reverse any time right now with this candle here, right? Don't you think, Bowser? So I'm in a long, yes, but I'm sort of like, you know, it's the area is just very tricky because it could reverse any time. This could be the reversal candle. I would like to see a little bit higher, but maybe we can go a little bit in this. I would never put my money on the line in this area, I think. Never. Okay, what are we doing here? 25, 25 here, we're on the zero. We are that Friday high we filled again. Mitigation, suspension, equal highs, but we also have similar equal lows. A lot of gaps here. It left those imbalances on all time frames. Remember we had on 15-minute, on 3-minute, on the 9-minute. It didn't go for it. It went a little bit higher here. We went above the first percentage of London here. Now at 3 o'clock, where is our 3 o'clock? Okay, here. We are respecting 301. We are respecting the opening fair value gap here again. So as long as we're here, we can stay bullish. Inversion. One minute. Okay, as long so we respect the midpoint of this one here. Equal lows. Equal highs. Yeah, it looks like it wants to expand a little bit more, right? It doesn't look bearish yet, but it could. We have equal lows in a wick here. This is a rejection here. So this 1 hour took out this candle here, then we went into this wick, and now we took out, well, up to here, bullish. We took out the low and we took out the high. We took out the wick and the high, and here we did not take out, but we bounced off 25% here. This one we didn't even get into the wick, so it looks like we do want to expand, because it just, here you can see we didn't even get into the wick here, and we're already above. We opened above. Did we open above the close? I think so, right? Let me check. It's very tricky. Close 1250, open 12. No, not, we didn't close higher, we closed lower. 1250, and this one was 52 points below. Okay. Inversion. What's gold doing? Okay, gold. So this level was fine. 316. I need to journal. 36. We have 10-minute S&T here. Okay. I still have this level here. So I don't find, so today it's not as clean. London is not as clean as we had yesterday, the cleanness. But yesterday we were just, we had a full reversal at the bottom, so that was beautiful. Now we're at a level that we could potentially reverse from or expand from. And on the 1 hour, remember, we have this area here and wicks. So we expect a little bit of wonky price action. Pa pa pam 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 pam. Half a minute. I still haven't heard of Funded Next, by the way, so I still haven't been able to play my new evaluations. So it's already 24 hours. It's annoying. Let me see if I got a message back by now. Lost. Okay, this looks bearish again. Yeah, see, we're back at the 0.5 and 702 level, so to be expected. Close it, it will go down. I'm paper trading, David. I journal my trades, so I don't have to close it. I think it's going to be very manipulative. I don't think it's going to go down straight away. I think it's going to manipulate back and forth. I think we're just going to be in consolidation. So I don't think it's going to go either or, to be honest. Like I said, we've got consolidation here on this side as well, and I think we're going to get the same. So it's going to go back and forth, I think. But what happens at 332? Pum, 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 pum. How's the 4 hour looking? Pum, 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 pum. You know, with a candle like this so close, I wonder if it's really going, if it's going to be a down close candle as well. I think the low of this 4 hour candle is in, to be honest. I think it's just going to go back and forth. What's my gold doing? Okay, gold is also hovering here, not doing anything. $334. Jin BA, hello, hello, how are you doing? Pa, 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 5, week here, 335, 335. 307, 335. Manipulation. So we keep hovering around the zero point 0.5, right? Markets are really ugly yesterday. Oh, really? I think yesterday was awesome. Yesterday was very clean. Today it's a little bit more. Well, the level. I mean, we're exactly around the 0.5 on the monthly level of a wick. So I expect some manipulation here and just going back and forth. But yesterday, London was very clean, and I actually had a very, very, very good trade in the opening. With I dare to put on 4 NQ contracts, which I only do when I'm really, really confident, and I just read the market well. So for me, up to the open, up to 10 past 10, I was actually very, and I didn't look at it that much, but I thought it was pretty clean yesterday, GNBA today, but the level where we're at makes sense that it's behaving the way it's doing. I would never trade my money in this area like this. I would rather wait because it's just indecisive because of the position where it's at. So I still have a trade on though. I do think I'm more bullish than bearish on this trade, but we'll see. Maybe my TP is too high. Okay, stopped out. Now let's watch what's NQ doing. What are you doing? We're gonna go to the 1 hour. 1 hour. Let's see if we take these two levels into this wick and see if we go higher after maybe going into here. Let's see. Hey, Avneet, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. This coincides, this level here, with that volume imbalance, right? So let's see what happens. And it's also midpoint of this wick here. Bro, yesterday silver and gold PA was traumatized. I've never seen that kind of awful PA in a long time. Oh, I didn't. Hey, Avneet, I didn't touch gold or silver yesterday. I was just NQ. NQ was, I think NQ was nice. Yeah, Bowser. I'm looking at that equal on the 1 hour as well, and then in midpoint of that wick, which also coincides with this volume imbalance. So I wonder if we're going to, if this is going to be a little bit of a barrier here. Uh, 969 was the larger wick. I just marked the smaller one, but 969 was the one on the 15 and on the higher time frame. We're in a lot of wick. I don't see a large expansion candle, to be honest. I think it's going to go back and forth, like I said. And look what we're doing. We have a high, lower high. Maybe we get another hour candle, maybe a little bit lower. Let's see. 970. Pum, 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 pum. Yeah, we did hit a monthly midpoint exactly. I noted 2618, so it makes sense that we go. And we've got a previous day high as well, 949. Pum, 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 pum. What time is it? 3:41. Three 3:41. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Okay, Q seems to be rejected here. 971. Let's see if we can go to 971-ish. Yeah, that's this area here. So that's exactly that imbalance. And let's maybe bounce off that imbalance here. It's yellow line. Yeah, let's take a short here. 342 up to 97. Is it worth it? No, not for me. It's 10 points. I hate those short trades. I might take a long again from here, but it's just gonna, I don't think it's just gonna putz around. You know what I really would like to see? When we would get here and in the first part of the macro, maybe we bounce off it for a long. We'll see. I just don't think it's done yet to the upside. Let's see the 4 hour candles, a doji now. We're in a large wick here, so we're just not gonna have smooth sailing to the downside, but we have till 6 o'clock to go up here. What time is it now? We've got 2 more hours to go. So we could go lower here or maybe even here. This makes more sense because we got the imbalance here, right? The 970. So I would have a short up to this area as well here. Equals. This is a 9 minute that I marked, but we have one on the 3 minute that's larger. So, but I just marked the highest one just to see, just testing if it has any value in the sense of. But obviously this is the full one, 969. Pum, 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 pum. I'm going to open the door and the windows. Although I love trading, some days it feels weird to be done so early in the day when the day just started. Yeah, so I totally understand where that's coming from. Yesterday I had that good trade in the morning and I just stopped and I didn't even look at the chart, and that was quite weird for me. But it's something that I am trying to um, also just get used to it. So is our trader. Also, like, we don't have to be on the chart all the time, and especially because I also stream and I just love tape reading and I can do it a lot of the time, but it sort of like drains me at some point, and especially if the markets are not. Last week actually really drained me, and I really wasn't having much fun of it in it as well. So after that good trade that I had yesterday, 400 points on NQ, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna close the chart, not even look at it, and be done. And that was before it was around 10 o'clock, quarter past 10. I did make a recap. Um, I put some time in that as well. So, but then I just didn't look at the market. So, but if you made your money, it's actually, it's good to sometimes just, log off. It doesn't hurt you to get screen time. Sometimes it's just good to log off and do something else. But it does feel weird. I also have to I remember feeling the same way like you yesterday, because I was very sweaty and I'd send in mine. I thought I'd take a shower. I thought, oh, should I do another stream? Like, yeah, why would I? Why would I wasn't feeling that fit, and I thought, no, you know what, it's good, it's fine. So it also felt I had to really just tell myself no, no. But it felt really weird as well, so I totally get it. But it's the point of trading is not being behind the charts all the time. Sometimes and we love it. I mean, all of us, we're here. I mean, all of you, I know we're all the same a little bit, and we just like to tape read, but it's also just good to log off and do some other stuff. But so I think Zara Trader also for me, if I would had a lot of, that's actually I don't. Oh, it was Meta. He asked me about. Oh, you paper trade mainly in London. I'll be honest. Also, that's something. If I would have a really, really good trade in London already, and I would be done. I don't know if I actually even wanna. So I'm also sort of like, you know what? Just use London also for. If I really, really see a good trade, I would take it. But I just could be done, and there's no. I could just also force myself not to trade in New York. But because I stream as well, and I think I have to do something in New York as well. I I think that's also unconsciously for me. Um, that's why I'm like, you know what? My best trades should be in my best trades are usually in New York though. I do trade in London, but I don't seem to have my 100 points trade. I do have them more in New York than I have them in London, if that makes sense. Sometimes I do have them, but they vary. I think my max, they vary between, I mean, maybe between 50 and 70, 80 max in London. And then New York, I tend to have my really larger ones. So I guess, but I totally get it, Star Trader. It's something, something you need to just we need to practice sometimes. Who else can easily, when they have the good trade, just log off and don't watch the charts all day? I'm just curious. It's hey Jin, hello, lovely, great. How are you? Life treating you? South Africa is always treating me is treating me well. It's giving me some hard times banking wise and stuff like that. But hey, you can't live in paradise, I guess, and have everything going easily for you, right? It's just yeah, I just, yesterday I went to the beach after the London session, so I can't complain. Okay, we're dripping down. We're below midnight now. Let's see if we can make it to the volume imbalance and see how it reacts there. If it's going to, it might just go straight through because we also have a lot of gaps here and things like that. And Jinbei, it's nice and warm weather. I love that, to be honest. I love the warm weather. We finally have a good summer now. Nice and humid. I love humidity. I know most people hate it, but I really like it. Um, okay, let's see. I want to see how we are behaving in this area here. Thank you, Brian. Welcome to the family. Let's see how gold is doing. Just want to see if we 316. I wonder if it's nice to take another trade on gold up to here. What time is it? 3:53. We're in a macro. Um, are we done here? No, I'm not touching it anymore. Okay, let's see. What is NQ doing? Using this one, looking again at the 3-minute, which is the same as the 15-minute break. I think it's the 15-minute breaker I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. It's gonna mark the 15. I like the 15 better. Look how beautifully that 9-minute matches exactly. You see, it didn't even go to the 15-minute. It's exactly the midpoint of that 15-minute breaker. Oh, I hate this. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so this is the area where I definitely would stay out. Why? If I see two breakers, especially on the 15, if we close this one here, we can call this a breaker here, right? And this one here, and then you have a breaker here. And this is the area when I say we don't deal in the middle. Because creating this breaker, if we would create this breaker, is actually retesting this breaker, and you go back and forth. So this is where you can expect consolidation, if that makes sense. An area with two breakers on each side. Now the bearish breaker doesn't look, it's just one, it's one candle breaker, but you can consider them a breaker. But I just made this a rule for myself. When creating a breaker, is actually retesting the other breaker on the other side. It's a no play zone for me. But like I said already, it's a lot of wicks around this area here. So I like I said, I think we're gonna go into consolidation and make 1 hour babies, like I showed here. We have the same here on this area. Hi Dolly, hello my kitty. I haven't seen you for a while. Hello. Oh my goodness. Where were you? Hi. Hello. Oh, my pretty. Oh. So this is a no touchy zone for me on NQ. Sapopia, what are you doing? Okay, so we wicked in 9 minutes. We go back up, yeah. It's gonna go back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. Ooh, look at that strong candle. Beautiful. Beautiful reaction here of this volume imbalance. Okay, I'm doing cooking. 4 o'clock. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Okay, so we went to the 1/3. Are we gonna go up now? A lot of people will be taken for a ride that went short. A lot of people. It's a short, no, it's not a short at all. Anyone long? I'm staying out because of the level here, but I'm well. You guys are now more long. I'm more inclined for a long than a short, but I just have to journal it because I've got already stopped out. But I'm 26.9. It could be all the way to 26.90. If it does not consolidate, then but I'm not touching it anymore. What was my level? Um, 26B, 26B1. Half a minute. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think for scalpers this is nice, a nice area, right? If you scalp a lot. I'm not a scalper. I would want to be honest, but I'm not. I'm not a scalper. You see on the 9-minute, we have a little gap here, a very small one here. We created a little. Scalping is hard. Yeah, I think it's not easy scalping, and you need a lot of brain power as well to be fast. And I think it sounds weird, but for me also the longer trades, the larger moves are. Let's see, we get into this one here. I don't think scalping is easy, but it's good to have it in your toolbox. But with the prop firms, it's just, you want to be careful with getting too short in a trade, to be too short in a trade. Okay, here we go. Are we disrespecting this 9-minute or not? Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. And cute. You're so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Bum, bum. 114, 2631, 2632. Are you going to go to 32? Let's see. Let's put on a 30. Let's do a scalp. What time is it? 26, 30 points. And we're going to take out the high here. I can't frame a good trade here. It's too 1-to-1. Can I? Well, scalping is 1-to-1, right? It feels so off for me to do a 1-to-1. We are above this one here. Let me see. 4, 6. 4631. I think we're going to go for the equal highs now. 31. We're above 4 o'clock. 31. We haven't tapped into the 0.25. We haven't tapped into here. This looks like a nice level. 34. Yeah, this is an area. I mean, my normal strategy wouldn't work with larger moves. This is just taking equal highs, going back into the range, taking another low, taking another high, back into the range, just going back and forth. This candle is not really going to expand really a lot. It's just going back and forth to this. It always goes back to this 0.5 level, right? And the 0.2, as you can notice, is constantly going back and forth. And like I said, I don't think the 4-hour candle will go below the 0.33. Why would it go back? I think it's going to leave this fair value gap. I know there's a wick here, but I think that doesn't. I mean, it's still. I'm looking from this one to this one here. I'm sure that's a PDRA ICT will touch on at some point. So ICT, if you hear this, please elaborate on this. I think he's mentioned some. I don't know if anyone can remember that. I didn't write it down, but I think he said something. If there's a large wick on one side, he mentioned something about it. I'm not sure if I remember it correctly, but I think he said you can disrespect it as it is a wick, yes, but you can still consider this a fair value gap, like this. But I'm not sure. If anyone remembers or knows what I'm talking about, help me out. I think it was something like that, but I could be totally wrong. So I'm hoping it's probably in the book. Okay, let's see now. We've got an order block here. Let's see on the 3-minute. I might take a trade of that order block here. Here, so we can get into it. It would be nice if Nas push up to retrace that left side. To retrace that left side. See, this area is just very. You don't want to be You don't want to put your money on the line in this area. I'm gonna try something. It's just I'm gonna try something using the time. Stop loss is gonna be below my 4 o'clock. I'm gonna use the 4. Magic P is gonna be. Trying to see. Just paper trading, guys. Okay, we're done with the 4. I know we're going down, but let's see. Should put it here. So I don't want it to be 970. What time? 4:11. So macro's done. 4:11. Pum 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 pum. Back and forth, back and forth. Actually done watching this low probability area, guys. It's just low probability anyway, like I said. I think I'm gonna go to the beach and do something nice. It's not worth time. Gold hit that event horizon, which was a nice trade. NQ, I don't expect much of NQ, to be honest, until pre-market. I just think it's going to consolidate for a while in this area. And as long as we're around this 702, 0.5 level, it's just doing its thing. It's doing its thing. Philip, why am I putting on trades? Because I'm trying out things, just seeing what time is doing, and I'm just putting on a paper trade to watch if something works out, even though I'm just paper trading. But I would never put my money on the line in this area. But when I paper trade, I try to figure out new things and I experiment. So that's why I do paper trade. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, you probably are late to the party, I guess. I do think that we are still going to go take out these highs at some point, but I would never really engage. I do think it could happen now, but we'll watch. Let's see if it happens now. And then I know for next time, even though it's low probability area, that my time was off, and then maybe I can manage to take it next time. Because at some point, if you're in a low probability area, it just means that the time is not right for the price to move, to either to take a high or a low, or to get out of a specific range. And what you want to do as a trader, you want to figure out algorithmically what is the signal that tells you that it's done. That's what I'm looking at. So, and paper trading, I know some people always ask, oh, are you paper trading or paper trading? Yes, I paper trade a lot because that's how you improve your execution. I think it's going down. I think it's wrong. I don't think so, but at some point it's going down. But I think there's more to the upside first than to the downside. But that's my my thought. But right now we're just in consolidation, and at some point it will break out. It will do something, take out a high or a good low, and then it will be better to move. But I think the shorts are, I don't know. I will be very careful now. Time is it? 4:16. So I think it's a very funny. Why do you paper trade when I think it's low probability? Would you put on you paper trade when it's low probability? You do not put your money on the line. That's the time that you paper trade. That's how you preserve your capital. I don't know. I don't think that's that complicated, right? I mean, or it doesn't. If it's high probability, I will put my money on the line. I would use my funded accounts and my own accounts, like I did on NQ yesterday, an opening trade. I traded 4 NQ contracts, 100 points each. Eric, I do trade. I have crypto. Yes, I am a long-term investor in crypto. I think I got in 2018-ish, I think maybe even sooner. I don't have Bitcoin anymore, but I am heavily invested in crypto, yes. But long term, I don't trade it like I day trade NQ, but I like crypto, yes. Do you have Bitcoin? Yeah, scalping is intense because you need to act fast, right? You have to constantly, but it's not, I think it's good to have it in, like I said, I would love to have it in my toolbox, especially in times like this. If you can define the range and you can have shorter trades, you can get back in and forth. And, I mean, 5 to 10 points every time. Now, I don't like it, but because I prefer to wait a little bit longer. It's more relaxed to have the longer trades, right? Because you have more time, like when you have like a larger move, you have a lot of time to think about it. You have time to prepare. You already have your levels, like especially now during London, we already have looked at the chart, and like I do pre-market prep, I go over, okay, what happened in London, and I again go over what are the levels, which has been, where are the equals that have been created, what have been left behind, where did we consolidate it. And by that time, when I do my pre-market, we already broke out to one area, so it gives more insights, right? So you have more data, right, for your longer, when you have a longer trade, you prepared it better than you do with scalping. Is just instantly reacting to a faster market. So in a way, the longer trades are we've got a childish person again in the chat. ICT, I can't trade. Oh my god. Oh, you're so funny. Well, good for you, Kashila. For me, it's very profitable. I make a lot of money off ICT, so I'm very thankful for ICT. So everyone's different. Maybe you haven't spent too much time for it, or you or you're not able to. I don't know, but if you don't like ICT strategy, you trade something else. But I'm not broke off ICT, so I'm doing pretty well on ICT. So, what's your favorite setup? I have yeah, don't give it too much. Don't give it too much time, because people come into a chat and they know it's ICT based because it says other, or maybe Kashila can't read. It's possible they can't read and they are a little bit challenged, and then they come in and they want to make some comments because they are pathetic losers, most likely, that can't trade themselves. So. But favorite setup, I've got many. I've got specific. I use different strategies. Lift your setup. Thank you for the compliment, by the way. It's just a combination of time and PD arrays, and depending on how the market presents itself. And mainly it's power of three, looking at manipulation, and then preferably going into the distribution of the candle. But when there's no distribution, it's a little bit harder, obviously, for my favorite strategy to trade, because if there's no distribution, I tend to sit it out. I don't like shorter trades, so I wait for the larger distribution candles. So, for example, this area for me is not really my favorite to be too active in. So that's why we're just talking about scalping. If you're a scalper, this is a nice area. If you people, I mean, we have a few scalpers in the chat, and they do really well, and they really enjoy it. I would love to. I really would love to get better at scalping, but anyway, we'll see. 424. I use time-based ranges, macros, and also yes, time-based. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I use time a lot. Let's see if we do get. Some movement to the downside, 425. Let's see how we're going to react here. We're still in that 15-minute breaker area. Oh, we've got one of those retail traders. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go to the beach. It's 4:25. I'll see you guys later. I'm done for today or for this session. Yeah, see you guys later, guys. Marcia, see, thank you. Ciao, ciao, everybody.